You know, I've run to work almost every day for 20 years, and every time I walk through these doors, I'm excited by what I see. This is what I call my Chromatography Happy Place, and it'll be yours too. So these are the instruments that you're going to be working with when you come here to Axion. I have 15 GCs and 9 HPLCs dedicated just to training. So I tell people this is the place to play. You're going to take apart the instruments, you're going to put them back together. Don't worry about breaking things. I tell people there's nothing you could break that I can't fix. Now, don't take that as a challenge, but I've been here for 20 plus years and I've been maintaining this equipment by myself. So this is the place to learn chromatography without the fear of stumbling on something or breaking something. Now we're in the lecture room, and this is where the real magic happens. This is where I get to see the aha moments happen in your faces as I'm explaining something, and you say, aha, now that's going to help me when I go back to work. So we do the lectures in here. It's right next to the lab, so lecture, and then we'll go into lab and put something like that into practice. We supply everything you need. A lot of people ask, what do I need to bring with me? And I always joke, there's one thing you need, and that is the interest to learn chromatography. So if you have interest in learning, we'll supply everything else you need. We'll give you your book, whether you take the regular classes, the advanced GC, the advanced HPLC. We'll supply the pens and the paper. If you want to bring laptops, you're welcome to. There's a plug at every seat. There's wireless available here, of course, while you're here for the week. So we want to create a learning environment so you're comfortable. You know, a lot of instructors think that their job is to dump a bunch of knowledge in your head. Well, that's not really our job. The real trick is to create an environment where you are comfortable to learn, where you're comfortable to ask questions. And that's what we've done here at Axion. So part of creating a learning environment is to make sure you're well fed, well hydrated, well caffeinated. So let me take you through a tour of the rest of the facility so you can see how we get all that to happen. So let's take a tour. So welcome to one of the more important parts of Axion Labs, and that is the refreshment area. This is where we keep you happy and healthy and hydrated for the entire week. We always have some fresh fruits sitting out for the healthy types, and then for the unhealthy types, we got lots of M&Ms and peanuts and candy. We will put out some sort of sweet treats every morning, some freshly baked goods from one of the local bakeries, and then every afternoon we'll get cookies or brownies. And then, of course, for lunch, we break each day. So this is available all day long. Anytime you get tired of the talks or you get tired of sitting in lab, you're welcome to come up here, grab a cup of coffee, grab some fresh tea, or some fresh fruit snacks to keep you going. Also, if you have any dietary restrictions, we actually ask you that when you sign up for the class, and we've been known to stock things for dietary restrictions as well. So we're here to make you comfortable, to make you in an environment where you love to learn, and that's what we're all about here at Axion Labs, learning chromatography. Here we are in the breakout area of Axion Labs. We have this huge room that's called McNair Hall, named after the single greatest chromatography professor of all time, Harold McNair. And this is where we will have lunches. If we don't go out to lunch, we'll bring in Chicago stuffed pizza. There's plenty of room to sort of spread out. Have a couple of video games that you could help yourself to. They're free. You could play some video games. We have a whole kitchen separate from the refreshment area. And we also have a very comfortable place to sit around. There's a couple of big couches. There's 2 pianos in here. And it's also a great place to take a meeting. If you're here for the week and you have a Zoom meeting or you have to make a private call, this area is always available. We also have a couple other little private areas at Axion that you could take advantage. So when you're here, you're like family. So we invite you to come here, visit us at Axion, take a chromatography class, and see what it's all about. And this is the wet lab. Just to prove that I'm going to treat you guys like family, I'm going to let you in to see the wet lab where the sausage is made. So you know we all have a wet lab. You know this is the dirty one where there's spots all over the benches, but we're a real laboratory and we do real stuff. So this is where we prepare all the samples. Nico's over there doing the good stuff for us, getting ready for our next training class. It's where we have our Millicue deionized water system and where we prepare the mobile phase and the samples and so forth for classes. It's also where we do some research. We do most of our work is running and teaching training classes, but we are also doing some projects. We'll take on a couple of projects a year if it's something interesting, something exciting. Renewable energy is one of our favorites, and there's actually a handful of products that we have on the shelves that we've developed over the years, from gasoline additives to hand sanitizer and so forth. So this is where you'll get a chance to see us actually make up the samples. If you come to an advanced class, we'll do some stuff back here. We'll do some sample prep, solid phase extraction. We'll do some derivatizations and that sort of thing as well. So just part of the complete tour, here at Axion Labs. Come by and visit for yourself.